Good day and welcome. You're watching St. Maarten NEWSDESK, where we bring you the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond. With your anchor crew, Alston Lawrence, Glenda York, Tiziana Hart, and Mizzy with the Sunshine Report. This broadcast is brought to you by TV15 and proudly produced by Great Bay Media Studios in Philipsburg, St. Maarten. And now, let's jump straight into today's top headlines.
Fatal crash claims scooter rider. A tragic traffic accident early Monday morning claimed the life of a scooter rider and left a pickup truck engulfed in flames. The police force says emergency responders were dispatched around 2 a.m. to AJC Browers Road near Ace Hardware, following reports of a serious collision involving a vehicle on fire. Upon arrival, officers and firefighters found a pickup truck fully engulfed in flames. While securing the scene, responders also discovered a male scooter rider lying on the side of the road with no signs of life. Despite emergency efforts, the victim was pronounced dead at the scene. Preliminary investigations indicate the scooter was traveling from the Churchill roundabout toward Coal Bay when the rider apparently lost control, crossed into the opposite lane, and collided with an oncoming pickup truck. Police say the impact caused the scooter to become lodged underneath the vehicle, after which both vehicles caught fire. The traffic department is continuing its investigation. The police force has extended condolences to the victim's family and is reminding all road users to drive responsibly, obey traffic laws, and prioritize safety at all times. Local leaders mark major achievements. Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Luke Mercelina is congratulating Dr. Tichelle Daniel on completing her medical training and becoming what is believed to be St. Martin's first ophthalmologist. After 16 years of medical school, residency, and specialized training, Dr. Daniel has completed studies in ophthalmology, the medical field focused on eye disease, vision disorders, and surgical eye care. The Prime Minister called her achievement a proud moment for St. Martin and an inspiration to young people pursuing excellence through hard work and perseverance. In Justice News, Minister of Justice Natalie Tacklin has concluded a week of meetings in Vienna, Austria, where she represented St. Martin at the United Nations Commission on Crime Prevention and Criminal Justice. Her engagements focused on detention reform, rehabilitation, reintegration, cybercrime, firearms, trafficking, youth violence prevention, and institutional strengthening. The minister also presented St. Martin's experience with detention reform in small island settings. Government says both developments highlight St. Martin's growing contribution to professional excellence, public service, and international cooperation. Causeway Bridge lighting completed. Port St. Martin has completed the Simpson Bay Causeway Bridge lighting upgrade project, modernizing one of the island's most recognizable gateways. The project included a full replacement of the bridge's lighting system, upgrades to electrical and control infrastructure, new side panels, repairs to key bridge components, and the installation of advanced programmable LED technology. The bridge now features more than 1,350 meters of programmable linear LED lighting with roughly 675 meters installed on each side. Port St. Martin says the new system is energy efficient, brighter, more durable, and fully programmable for national celebrations, cultural events, awareness campaigns, and special commemorations. Physical works began in January and were completed on schedule on June 4th. To mark the completion, Port St. Martin hosted a 20-minute inaugural light show at 7 p.m. Friday, June 5th. Afterward, the bridge was illuminated in purple in support of vitiligo awareness. Port CEO Alexander Gum says the upgrade reflects a commitment to preserving and enhancing critical infrastructure for residents and visitors.
Hello, my people. My name is Glenda York of Sit, Sip and Chat and Moms in Paradise podcast. You can find us on TV15 St. Maarten, TVC St. Kitts, and on YouTube. Reporting from Great Bay Media Studios in St. Maarten, your NEWSDESK feature story is coming up. But first, here is Mizzy with the Sunshine Report.
Hey there, it's Mizzy with the Sunshine Report, straight out of Sunshine City, St. Maarten, bringing you the warmth and the sunshine you need to kickstart your day. So let's dive into today's forecast and see how the skies are treating us.
My lord, I heard there's a lot of teams that are coming to Battle of the Fittest this year. And I also heard that the Spanish team is coming back. How can we win? This is madness. Madness? This is Battle of the Fittest! This is where they die! This is where we win! This is war!
From June the 20th to July the 4th, 2026 is the Battle of the Fittest 10 basketball tournament live from the legendary NEWSDESK Sport Auditorium featuring top teams from across the Caribbean. St. Kitts, Stacia, Dominica, Sint Maarten, British Virgin Island, Dominican Republic, Curacao, and Aruba. $10,000 up for grabs. This is where legends are made. The Battle of the Fittest 10 basketball tournament from June the 20th to July the 4th at the NEWSDESK Sports Auditorium. Bring your A game because only the strong will survive.
This is war!
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every laugh, every adventure. Number one provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to roll. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them is there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to road.
Stay connected to the best of local and Caribbean content anywhere, anytime with the TVC Plus app, the official app of TVC Channel 40. With the TVC Plus app, you can watch TVC Channel 40 live, catch every episode of your favorite shows on demand, watch exclusive pay-per-view content, listen to Voice of the Caribbean radio, and watch and read SKN Newsline. The TVC Plus app is available on all your devices. On the Google Play Store, search TVC and the plus sign. In the Apple App Store, type the words TVC Plus. And we're also available on the Amazon App Store for Fire TV and Fire Stick devices. Search the words TVC Plus. Download today and take TVC Channel 40 wherever you go.
All right, don't miss NEWSDESK. Weekdays at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. on TVC. Sint Kids to the World, now streaming everywhere. Kochi connects entrepreneurs to support. The St. Maarten Chamber of Commerce and Industry, known as Kochi, and the Netherlands Enterprise Agency have hosted a business support session to connect local entrepreneurs with funding, grants, and business development opportunities. The session was held on June 3rd at the University of St. Maarten and featured RVO Program Manager Bernice Stoffer, who outlined support instruments for eligible businesses. These included export training, market entry support, trade missions, feasibility studies, and access to finance tools. Kochi Executive Director Jude Houston said, "Access to information and financing remains critical for entrepreneurs and small businesses in St. Maarten." He said sessions like this help turn available support programs into practical opportunities that business owners can understand and pursue. Kochi also highlighted efforts to connect local banks with the BMKB ACS Credit Guarantee Scheme, which is designed to improve financing access for small and medium-sized businesses in Aruba, Curaçao, and St. Maarten. Kochi says it will continue working with RVO, financial institutions, and the business community to ensure support programs better reflect local realities. Wanderlust wins Smart Contest. Winair and Smart organizers have announced Wanderlust Travel's SKN travel advisor Ashanti Duran as the winner of the 2026 Smart Travel Agent Contest. Duran received a complimentary round-trip ticket to St. Maarten courtesy of Winair after submitting the winning response to the question, "What makes Caribbean travel unforgettable?" Her entry highlighted the warmth, authenticity, hospitality, food, landscapes, and emotional connection that make Caribbean travel memorable. It also celebrated the unique character of each island while recognizing the shared welcoming spirit across the region. Winair and Smart thanked all participating travel advisors for their creativity and enthusiasm. The 18th edition of Smart will take place from June 22nd to June 26th at the JW Marriott Convention Center in St. Maarten, bringing together tourism partners from across the northeastern Caribbean. Native Choir comes alive. Poet, author, and creative producer Safia Chance brought her debut poetry collection Native Choir to life through her immersive performance titled Native Choir, The Gathering. Held at Axum Art Cafe on Front Street, the event blended poetry, movement, storytelling, live drumming, and community gathering into an evening centered on ancestry, identity, memory, and return. Chan said Axum was the right place for the first gathering because it helped nurture her growth as a writer and artist. The outdoor performance used nature, music, and a traditional storytelling vessel known as Conte to guide the audience through connected stories of loss, resilience, belonging, and healing. Silent actors, dancers, and drummers helped transform the poems into movement and sound, allowing the audience to experience the work beyond the written page. Chance described the gathering as an invitation to remember who we are beneath expectations and survival. Organizers say the event marks the beginning of a larger artistic journey exploring ancestry, truth, identity, and cultural return.
Hey there, I'm Venicia Herbert, and welcome to the Community Billboard. This is your space where the people, places, and heartbeat of the St. Maarten community get to speak for themselves. Whether it's an event worth showing up for, a business worth knowing about, or a cause worth caring about, you'll hear it right here. So, settle in, because what's coming up next just might be exactly what you've been looking for. Welcome to the NEWSDESK Community Billboard.
we are looking for you to be at this year's St. Maarten Flag Day Parade. Ladies, if you got your flag wear dress, wear it on 13 June. Men, we're not leaving you out. You can come with your red, white, and blue vest as well. Don't have a dress, don't have a vest. Just rep 721 in the colors of red, white, and blue.
So we're going to do it like back in the day, jollification time. Bring your drinks, bring your snacks, and we see you there.
13 June, 3 p.m. at the Walter Plant Square. See you there.
To be part of our mailing list, send an email to newsdesksxm@gmail.com.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every life, every adventure. Number one provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want the road. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them is there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want the road.
Before we wrap up, we take a moment each day to check in with our neighbors across the region. There's always a story worth paying attention to. Here's today's regional headline.
CTO honors Caribbean storytelling. In regional news, the Caribbean Tourism Organization has honored journalists, broadcasters, and digital creators at its annual Caribbean Media Awards in New York. The awards luncheon was held during Caribbean Week and recognized reporting and content that showcased the region's people, culture, environment, tourism industry, and diaspora stories. CTO Secretary General and CEO Donna Regis Prosper said, "Strong storytelling helps create deeper connections between people and destinations, while showing a more complete picture of the Caribbean beyond beaches and resorts." Awards were presented in areas including storytelling excellence, digital innovation, and Caribbean voices. Winners included journalists and creators from National Geographic, Travel Weekly, Guardian Media in Trinidad and Tobago, and the Caribbean Investigative Journalism Network, the Miami Herald, and other platforms. The event also marked the launch of CTO TV, a new digital platform designed to expand Caribbean tourism storytelling through video content, interviews, policy discussions, and destination features. CTO says the platform will help spotlight Caribbean innovation, regional collaboration, and the stories shaping the tourism future of the region.
Welcome back. Each day we take a moment to go beyond the headlines and look deeper into the issues, people, and conversations shaping life here on St. Maarten. Welcome to today's NEWSDESK feature.
The Interparliamentary Kingdom Consultations, known as IPCO, opened in The Hague this week with a familiar but increasingly urgent question at the center. How does the Kingdom of the Netherlands continue to evolve in a way that respects all four countries? The Netherlands, Aruba, Curaçao, and St. Maarten. For St. Maarten's delegation, the message was clear. The kingdom cannot remain stuck in old structures while modern challenges demand stronger cooperation, better consultation, and more balanced decision-making. President of Parliament Sarah Westcott Williams, who is leading the St. Maarten delegation, emphasized the need for continued evolution within the kingdom. Her focus was not only on political relations, but on development, resilience, stronger institutions, and capacity building. She also voiced firm support for the announced Kingdom Conference, framing it as an urgent opportunity to rethink how the kingdom functions. That matters because IPCO is not just a meeting. It is one of the few spaces where elected representatives from all four countries sit together to speak directly about the issues shaping and reshaping the kingdom's relationship. This year's discussions are centered around cooperation, not in a vague ceremonial way, but through practical areas such as governance, finance, rule of law, security, foreign policy, defense, education, development, reforms, justice, and energy transition. Delegates were divided into working groups to discuss both the positive and negative experiences of cooperation within the kingdom, and to identify what the countries need from each other going forward. That format itself came from a proposal by Westcott Williams to strengthen IPCO's own functioning, and importantly, all kingdom delegations supported it. That unanimous support is significant. It shows that even with different national interests and different political realities, there is recognition that IPCO must become more effective if it is to remain relevant. Dialogue alone is not enough. The platform must produce clearer follow-up, stronger parliamentary engagement, and better accountability. But the deeper tension in The Hague was also impossible to ignore. The delegations of St. Maarten, Aruba, and Curaçao issued a joint resolution objecting to the Kingdom of the Netherlands' decision to abstain from a United Nations resolution declaring the trafficking of enslaved Africans and slavery as the gravest crime against humanity. Their concern was not only the abstention itself, it was the lack of prior consultation with the Caribbean countries, despite the direct historical, social, and moral meaning of that issue for their people. That point goes to the heart of what has long been called the democratic deficit in the kingdom. Foreign policy is formally handled at the kingdom level, but when decisions are made that directly touch the history, identity, and moral position of the Caribbean countries, those countries are often left reacting afterward instead of shaping the position beforehand. For Aruba, Curaçao, and St. Maarten, that is not just a procedural complaint. It is a question of respect. If the kingdom speaks internationally on issues tied to slavery, colonial history, reparatory justice, or human rights, then the Caribbean countries must not be treated as footnotes in their own history. The resolution now asks the Dutch parliamentary delegation to bring the matter to the Kingdom government and request a written, motivated response within 3 months. That gives this IPCO a sharper edge. On one side, there is a renewed push for better cooperation. On the other, there is proof that cooperation still fails on some of the most sensitive issues. St. Maarten's delegation also brought updates on national matters including Parliament, trust fund projects, the prison, mental health, the country package, and slavery. These are not isolated topics. They all connect back to the bigger question of how small Caribbean countries within the Kingdom build stronger institutions while still navigating dependency, oversight, financing, and constitutional limits. The working visit to Haarlem on aging and elderly care also showed another side of IPCO, the ability to exchange practical solutions. For St. Maarten, where elderly care and social support are growing national concerns, these exchanges can be useful if they lead to real adaptation at home. But the true test will come after the meeting's end. Will IPCO become a stronger parliamentary tool? Will the Kingdom Conference seriously address imbalance? Will the democratic deficit finally move from discussion to reform? And will Caribbean voices be consulted before decisions are made in their name? The Kingdom often speaks about partnership. This week in The Hague, St. Maarten, Aruba, and Curaçao made clear that partnership must mean more than being informed after the fact. It must mean being heard before the decision is made, because if the Kingdom is truly evolving, then consultation cannot be a courtesy. It has to become a principle.
That's all the time we have for today's edition of St. Maarten News Desk. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every weekday at 8 a.m. on TV15 and across all our social media platforms. From all of us here at News Desk, we wish you a fantastic week ahead. Until next time, stay friendly, St. Maarten.